So you do everything right. You go to bed on time, you get your 7, 8, maybe even 9 hours. But that morning alarm, it doesn't feel like a new day. It feels like a sentence. You're just exhausted. This isn't just a case of waking up on the wrong side of the bed. It's a clue. And tonight, we're going to open the case file on why we wake up so tired and investigate the silent alarms our bodies are desperately trying to sound.
Right here, this quote from Dr. Sonia Schutz. This is the scene of the crime. The victim, your energy, your focus, your day. The central mystery? How can a full night in bed leave you feeling like you've been in a fight? This is the question at the heart of our investigation.
And this whole thing, it actually has a name, a clinical identity that sleep scientists are looking at really, really closely. They call it non-restorative sleep. And let me tell you, it's way more than just a feeling. It's a critical piece of evidence about what's really going on with your health.
Now, the key word here is recharge. It's not about the hours you're unconscious, it's about the quality of those hours. You can be asleep for a full 8 hours, but if your body and brain aren't actually going through their repair cycles, it's wasted time. Non-restorative sleep is basically your body's way of sending up a flare, telling you that the nightly maintenance crew just isn't getting the job done.
And if you're sitting there thinking, yeah, that's me, well, you are far from alone. Look at this number. Almost a full third of the general population reports feeling this way. So this isn't some rare, bizarre phenomenon. It's a widespread mystery that's affecting millions of us every single day.
Okay, so it is super important to distinguish our clues here. On one hand, you have sleep inertia. That's that temporary, foggy feeling right when you wake up. It's normal, it's expected, and it fades away. But non-restorative sleep, that's the real suspect. It's a chronic, heavy feeling of exhaustion that sticks with you all day long. One is just a normal transition, the other is a persistent warning sign that something is wrong.
All right, in any good investigation, the first thing you do is you line up the suspects. So let's do that. Let's profile the potential culprits who could be robbing you of your energy night after night. But first, we've got to be really clear about what we're looking for. See, sleepiness and fatigue sound similar, but they are not the same thing. Sleepiness is simple. You just feel the urge to go to sleep. But fatigue is a whole different beast. It's that deep, physical, bone-weary exhaustion that more sleep doesn't seem to fix. And that is the feeling we are hunting down.
Our first group of suspects, they're often hiding in plain sight. We'll call them the lifestyle instigators. These are the things we do every day, the habits and routines that are secretly sabotaging the quality of our rest without us even realizing it.
Let's take a look at our first instigator, alcohol. It's a master of deception. It feels like it helps, right? It makes you drowsy, you fall asleep faster, but it's a double agent. As your body starts to process it through the night, it causes this wakeful rebound. Suddenly, the second half of your sleep is a mess. It's broken, it's shallow, and it's completely worthless for restoration.
And suspect number 2 is probably in your hand right now. The blue light from our phones, our tablets, or TVs, it's a thief in the night. It literally steals the melatonin your brain is supposed to be producing to get you ready for deep sleep. It's tricking your internal clock, telling your brain, hey, it's still noon, even when it's midnight. But sometimes, the culprits are much more covert. We call these the hidden accomplices, underlying medical conditions that are working in the shadows. We're talking about things like iron deficiency anemia, where your body can't get enough oxygen, or sleep apnea, where you literally stop breathing over and over all night. These aren't just minor players, they are major co-conspirators in the crime of unrefreshing sleep.
Okay, so we've profiled the suspects. Now let's head to the forensics lab. It's time to look at the hard evidence, the physiological fingerprints left behind after a night of non-restorative sleep. These are your body's silent alarms.
Our first piece of evidence is called sleep fragmentation. Think about your sleep cycles, these beautiful natural stages you're supposed to go through. Fragmentation is like a vandal coming in and smashing that progression to pieces all night long. You never get to the deep restorative stages because your sleep is constantly being interrupted.
And here's the truly insidious part. You don't even have to remember waking up for the damage to be done. We're talking about micro-arousals. Tiny, brief awakenings that you are completely unconscious of. You could be having hundreds of these a night, completely torching your sleep quality, and you'd wake up with zero memory of any of them.
And here's another silent alarm, oxygen deprivation. Overnight, your brain and your muscles are supposed to be getting a steady flow of oxygen to repair themselves. But with conditions like sleep apnea or anemia, that supply line gets compromised.
Your body is basically being starved of what it needs to rebuild, leaving you feeling completely wiped out by morning.
So as we put all these clues together, a disturbing picture starts to form. This isn't just a simple case of feeling a bit tired. The evidence points to something much, much bigger. We are looking at a systemic conspiracy against your long-term health.
Let's trace the connections. When your sleep is constantly disrupted, it flips your nervous system into high-alert fight-or-flight mode. This triggers a state of chronic inflammation throughout your body, which in turn starts to damage the delicate inner lining of your blood vessels. You see where this is going? This isn't about fatigue anymore. This is a direct, documented path to cardiovascular disease.
And the verdict from the scientific community is in. A huge study found that simply reporting that you feel unrested after sleep is an independent risk factor for what they call MACs, major adverse cardiac and cerebral vascular events. That's the clinical term for heart attacks, heart failure, and strokes. The feeling you have in the morning is a real, tangible predictor of very serious future events.
So, we've walked through the crime scene, we've profiled the suspects, and we've examined the forensic evidence. The case is laid out. So what's the final takeaway? What action does this entire investigation demand from us?
Here it is, the most important thing to remember. Waking up tired is not a character flaw. It's not you being lazy. It is a vital signal. It is an early warning system, a message from deep inside your physiology screaming that something is fundamentally broken. And it's a message that we have to learn how to hear.
That feeling of exhaustion is a clue. It might be the most important clue your body will ever give you. Please don't just dismiss it. This isn't the end of the story. For your health, this is where the real investigation needs to begin. Your body is talking. The only question is, are you listening?